Hey everyone, Dylan here, and let me just start off by saying if you enjoyed the short reviews of last week, then oh boy, this is not your video. I'm looking at my notes and I can guesstimate this is going to be 10 minutes alone, not including this like ad-lib stalling I'm going to do. Right off the bat, if you've watched the channel recently, you've seen like 5, 6, 7 videos posted today. Actually, I'm going to count them real quick. Ready? So... we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos posted. Well, counting this video, 6 videos posted today. You might be thinking like, wow, is this the normal Dylan? Fuck no. This was a once in a blue moon day. I'm just catching up on everything that I've missed. And again, if you look at that list, you might be like, well, Dylan, you didn't do last week's Raw. Are you going to do last week's Raw? Ooh, we'll see. That's tomorrow or the next time I deal with wrestling issue, because I still got to record my podcast Warm Colors tonight. I still got to edit some videos for my other channel, Co-op Candy. I still got to work on the main channel, Ninja D76, which I say the main channel, but I haven't uploaded like 8 months on there. Point taken. Got a lot under my belt right now, so we'll see. That's not why you're here, though, so let's get into the review. Alright, after the opener, as always, we had a recap from day 1 with Brock winning. Then we get the Pyro opening, which I've missed Pyro openings. I hope they stick with that. Anyway, they do a rundown for the card tonight, and this whole show's got vibes. Anytime someone picks up a mic, it feels like they were basically just handed a mic and said, hey, here's the bullet points, now go. Because even Paul Heyman's thrown off throughout this opening one. But yeah, speaking of which, the lights go out, and in the middle of the ring is Paul Heyman, who welcomes out his client, Brock Lesnar. I do the bit, but my throat's messed up, I'm sorry. And Brock comes out to the ring. When he goes out to the ring, it popped me is why I'm mentioning this. He takes the first set of steps and sets them up in the ring and stands on top of them as the champion as Paul's talking. Brock grabs the mic and calls himself the real champion and tells Reigns to get well soon, and then tells South Carolina to acknowledge him. He then thanks Paul and hands him over the mic. Paul tried his best to make... Okay, cut. Come back. Paul tried his best to make sense of all this behind the scenes dumb shit that had to happen because, obvious reasons. If you don't know, I mentioned it in a rumors video yesterday. If you want to check that out, it's on the channel. Anyway, but anyways, he plugs at the Rumble, he shall challenge whoever wins the Fatal 4-Way tonight will challenge him, but Paul does what Paul normally does. He praises each and every talent, and he puts over everybody. And he does this thing that's fucked up, and I'm probably gonna hear some news about it tomorrow. He takes a shot at how Reigns got COVID after dropping Paul as his tribal council. It's fucked up. Anyways, he then runs down Lashley and how Lashley kept on hitting Lesnar from behind, but if they had a face-to-face, then Lashley would never beat Lesnar. And then he praises Big E for a very long time, so that way it's not... I appreciate that, so he doesn't seem like an afterthought in this whole thing. He also planted the seeds for Lesnar versus Big E, and I kind of want to see that, kind of like how I just mentioned there. Sorry, I'm just reading my notes raw. Let me live. Anyways, they leave the ring, and then we see Orton by himself. Riddle comes into frame. They plug their match against Alpha Academy after the note to self. Stop scrolling the little thing in the middle of the wheel. Anyways, so we come back and Randy and Riddle does their normal, how will they coexist? Orton's like, oh, I can't be trusted, gimmick that they've been doing for 6 months now. I think you can be trusted, Randy. Anyways, they go out for their match, and the match ends with Otis and Presley reversing RKO by Riddle into the world's strongest slam for the win. Then we go into the interview room with Lashley and MVP. And MVP runs down how impressive it would be for Lashley to beat all 4 of them. And then Lashley just says that Brock Lesnar fears him. They plug an interview with Omos after the break. They come back, and they actually show a highlight of how the breakup between him and AJ happened. So then when we come back, The interviewer, Kevin, I forgot his last name despite it being up there. He tries to get get some words in with Omos, and Omos just puts his hand to his face. Then we go to the ring for a 24/7 mixed tag team match. So it's 24 championships on the 24/7 championship, I think, is on the line, but it's a tag team, like a mixed tag team match. I don't know. I skipped this, to be honest. Dana Brooke and Reggie won against Tozawa and Tamina. Then plug and show a highlight of like the Liv versus Becky and what happened at day one. And at this point, why get the Peacock, man? You can just watch these like after shows, like after the insert event name here, and you can basically just understand all the matches from how many times they highlight them. Anyway, Becky comes out and says something after the break. All right, so we come back. She says basically that she looks at herself like a work of art, and no one's going to accomplish their New Year's goal. Boo, boo her. Then Liv comes out and basically says that she gave it her all when she went up against Becky, and Becky's like, dude, you can't even beat me. Stop. You shouldn't get a rematch. Then Bianca Belair comes out, and I swear, the way that this pacing was, it sounds like it was just made in like universe mode in like the 2K games, I swear. Anyways, Belair says that she can destroy Becky. It's her time to get a match. Becky says basically no, and like belittles them both for losing to her. So she's like, why would I challenge you guys? I already beat you, you know, blah, blah, blah. So it ends up turning out, I actually took notes for this, but I'm not gonna lie to you, this was kind of a boring episode of Raw, so I don't want to relive it. I'll tell you what happens. Like, Liv and Bianca team up together, take out Becky, and then they start fighting against each other. Bianca puts Liv in the KOD position, but Becky shoves like Liv off top of her, and then gives Bianca, and then she gives Bianca the Beck bottom, I guess, like the rock bottom but Becky edition. I don't know what they actually call it. That's why I'm going to call it the Beck's bottom. Respectfully. Alright, and then we throw to the back, and it's Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens talking, and they basically talk about, like, how will they coexist later on tonight, you know, blah, blah, blah. Speaking of coexisting, we have a Nikki ASH and Rhea Ripley match against the tag team champions, Carmella and Queen Zelina. It has the tag team champions winning. Like I said, this whole episode, it sucked the life out of me, except for this spot. There's a video of Johnny Knoxville talking, and he says he's going to enter the Royal Rumble. What the fuck, dude? If this was like 2006, I would have popped harder than I did now. Alright, anyways. So, they plug the title, and the Street Profits come out. They high-five the cameraman. That spot was cool. Before their match, they plug that they're going to be in the Rumble, and there's intensity in both their eyes. Like, they know something big's going to come in the future for one, if not both of them. Anyways, they go against Apollo and Commander Aziz after the ad break. Okay, I'm not going to do that for this one. I'm sorry. It just got me. Commander Aziz and Apollo loses to the Street Profits. Then we have a match between Priest and Ziggler. And if I have to even tell you who wins this, and have you watched like Raw or SmackDown for like the past 5 years? Oh, and before the match, by the way, Priest says that if he won't have a fair match, then he's gonna snap. Basically, you know, this whole two-faced personality that was cool that they're just playing into a trope now. So, before I announce who wins that match, in case you really need that to happen, they have like, after they come back from another ad break, they have a segment between the GMs and Doudrop, and Doudrop was like, she wants a title shot, basically, is what she said. And the managers say we have a triple threat next week between her, Liv, and Bianca for a number one contenders match for a shot at the Rumble. Alright, everybody knows that the winner of this match is Priest. Anyways, Vince McMahon and Austin Theory have a backstage segment where Vince basically punks him out as he's asking for a rematch against Finn, but Vince says that Austin's in the Rumble instead. And then we transition to Miz and Maurice coming out. They come out after the ad break, and they replayed what happened at day one. Miz hypes up how much better he is than everyone, basically, you know, healing on it. The whole segment's just a replay, basically, what's happened this whole month, basically, between Edge and Miz. So they get into it for a while. Miz is like, oh, I'm so much better than everybody. Then Maurice picks up the mic and she's like, if Beth was here right now, I'd punch her in the face. Then Beth Phoenix music hits. Then Edge comes out, and then they basically challenge Miz and Maurice to a match. Maurice doesn't want to take the match, but Miz accepts it. And like we end that segment with Maurice storming away from Miz, and Miz like, wait, I thought that's what you wanted. Oh yeah, and Beth punks out Maurice. Anyways, we go to the back where the Irish Kevin is talking to Big E about his match later on tonight. Big E says that being the WWE champion meant a lot to him, and he gives a very fiery promo about what he'll go through basically to win it back. And then AJ Styles comes out for his match against Moss after the break. Hey, spoiler alert, Moss wins. Then we get a replay of the opener. They play the Fatal 4-Way. They advertise Alexa Bliss apparently is coming back next week, which I'll be ready for that because I'm interested to see what they're going to do with her character. It looks like they're continuing this whole spooky goth doll thing. So this will be interesting. It's there, and they can't mention the Fiend. Alright, so we have the Fatal 4-Way. It's a fun, like, just brawl around the arena. And it ends with Lashley winning, which means we get Lesnar versus Lashley, and I'm honestly pumped with that. Anyways, Lesnar comes out. Sorry, it's like a pre-recorded thing at the end of the show. And Lesnar says that he'll see Reigns Friday on SmackDown, which, if I'm doing my math right, hold on. Okay, let's see here. Friday. Let's see. That's 14 days. Okay, wait, sorry. No, that's 7 days. That's 7 days from day one. If hypothetically he took the test on the 1st and got diagnosed. Hold on. Let me check now. CDC COVID quarantine guidelines. What is it, 5 days now? They should isolate for 5 days. Ah, okay. Huh. That's weird. Anyway, I'm going to stop that before it gets political out of nowhere. Yeah, says we'll see him at SmackDown. We fade to black. Bada bing, bada boom. I was going to end it at that, but I feel like that's a really terrible way to end the episode. Thank you guys for watching. If I don't review last week's Monday, I'll see you tomorrow for a news video. If not, you'll either have the news video tomorrow or the Raw review tomorrow maybe, or like AEW whenever we get there. Anyways, thanks for watching. I don't know what I'm doing. Bye guys.